All right. Hi, my name is Kristin, and my practice is Well Balanced, and this is my good friend Lori Micah. And we always have this discussion, and I love her take on this. So if you watch any of my videos, I definitely I'm a huge meditator, and that is where I get my inspiration, is going deep and quiet and actually in the stillness. And I wrestled with it at first. If you watched any of my videos, like I wrestled with even 5 minutes. And finally now I can go 30 minutes to an hour if I really want to. And I have found for me that has been incredibly healing, and it has been transformative in my life, in hearing from the divine and knowing where God wants my life to go, and knowing who I'm supposed to have in my life, and what people I'm supposed to reach through my business. I feel like that all comes with me emptying my mind and being quiet and opening up to the wonder that God has for, and the mystery for my life. It just starts to come to me. So for me, I feel like that meditation time is my key to healing. But Lori has a different take on meditation, which I love too, because she has such a divinely guided life, like off the charts. And so I wanted her to talk about the way she meditates that might resonate with some of you who wrestle with staying still.
Well, first I want to say, Kristin and I met because of meditating, which is really crazy because I'm not a meditator. She had been invited to guide a meditation at a friend who had opened a brand new business that I was really good friends with, and I didn't know Kristin. And the instant we met, it was like a magnetic connection. We know we've probably known each other through many, many lifetimes. It's just such a crazy connection. But we connected through that meditation. And Kristin has this practice that she had been using. And I had also at that time was trying to implement a meditation practice, and I fail miserably. So here's what happens to me. When I set an intention to meditate, it doesn't matter if I had 15 hours of sleep, which I never get, or 5 hours of sleep. I will fall asleep within 2 to 3 minutes of the meditation, whether it's a guided meditation or somebody else's. Kristin and I one time went to Sedona, to the Vortex area with another friend, sitting outside 10 minutes. I fell asleep during her meditation. And it's not because I'm bored. It's just that my mind wants to go to sleep as soon as there is any downtime. So the way that I use meditation is probably very different and unconventional. So if you're like me and you haven't been able to implement a meditation practice, I don't want you to think of it as a weakness or it's something that's wrong with you because you can't meditate, because there is another way of meditating that I think is very, very powerful. And I call it walking meditation. So for me, the meditation part is as much being in nature as it is outside hiking and exercising or walking. But the way that I do it is that when I am on that journey and I'm in nature, I will try to quiet my mind and I will set an intention of I want to be still in my mind. Now, let me tell you, it doesn't really work that way because I'm constantly battling, kicking the thoughts out left and right because they're coming in. And sometimes I wind up, I notice that I've taken a thought and I've gone down a tangent. I'm like, oh, dang it. And I push it away. But it's okay, because the purpose is that you are just trying to be in nature. And what I will say is that over time, what has happened is that as my mind has gotten better at being more still, I don't necessarily try to chase the thoughts away. I let them come in, go through, and I release them. I don't attach to them and try and click onto the story that I'm going to tell about the past or the future or what's going on with that thought. I just try to release it. And what has happened to me is that when I am walking in nature, that is when I would get what I call downloads from the universe with my artwork. So I have a site that is called Soul Heart Art, and it's all inspirational art that's designed to help people find their own inner empowerment. And it's healing messages. And I would walk in nature and I would see a picture of a heart flying with a message fully formed in my mind. And it didn't come from me, but I think that being in that space, that nature, and just being open allows those thoughts to come in. So you don't have to be perfect with meditating. I'm never going to be perfect with meditating. I'm probably never going to get to a point where I could even walk for 10 or 15 minutes without having some thoughts come in. And that's not the point. The point is just to get to the place where you allow yourself to have a space where you are consciously aware of the thoughts. That's really the key. And then you can just let them come in, maybe observe them, let them go. And that will allow your mind to be still enough to maybe receive guidance. Maybe you can ask the universe. It really does come to asking, because if you think about how it works, our guides are with us all the time. Our guardian angels are with us all the time. We have a lot of guidance, but we also have free will, which means that they won't interfere with the free will. So you have to ask if you want to have help from your guidance. So I set an intention. I ask Mark, my passed away loved one. I ask my guides and my angels to help me. And if I'm struggling with a question, I might ask them to help me bring an answer to that question while I'm in a guided walking meditation. So I'm not listening to anything else. I'm just still and I'm enjoying nature. And what's the worst thing that can happen? The worst thing that can happen is you have a great walk and you're in nature. So there's no lose, right?
Right. So I love that. So when people feel frustrated by meditating and feel like the only way they can progress in their spiritual journey or their healing journey is through being quiet and still in your head, I love how Lori said, just go out in nature and be enveloped in nature and actually just ask. So the intention is everything. The prayer of your heart is everything. And then God comes in and does the rest. So thank you, Lori, for sharing, because I know that that is something that we respect in both of each other and know that both of us are definitely finding that space and that stillness to heal and to be open to guidance, but it comes in different ways. So I hope that helps you. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks, Kristin.
You're welcome.